Nepal is a country in Asia, landlocked between India and China, and is best known for its mountain peaks. The size of Nepal is approximately 29,316 square miles, making it just a little bigger than the state of Arkansas. Nepal has a population of 30,986,975. The crowded city of Kathmandu is the country's largest city and its capital. The population of the Kathmandu Valley is well over 2.5 million and growing. Urban growth rates in Nepal are up to 7%. The sustainability of this growth is threatened by a lack of effective planning and large city deficits in urban infrastructure. Nepal is one of the poorest countries in the world, ranking 197th in gross domestic product, or GDP. More than a quarter of its people live below the poverty line. The estimated unemployment rate exceeds 50%. Nepal's number one industry is tourism, followed by carpets, textiles, rice, jute, sugar, and oil seed mills. Their currency, the rupee, does not hold up well against the US dollar. In May of 2016, $1 US is equivalent to just over 107 rupees. Shopping in Nepal is very favorable to Westerners. The natural hazards of Nepal include flooding, landslides, droughts, and earthquakes. In April 2015, a devastating earthquake struck Nepal. More than 4,800 people died, more than 9,200 were injured. 8 million were affected across the country. 1 million children urgently in need of help. In Kathmandu, temples were shattered and homes were destroyed. The effects continue more than 1 year later. Huge areas are still without water. Aid that should have helped people rebuild never reached the intended recipients. Officials claim they were too hampered by problems to get the aid from other countries to the appropriate individuals. Nepal is the only country in the world whose constitution declares it officially a Hindu nation. But Hinduism in Nepal has some difference with the Hinduism in India. It is blended with the practices of ancient Buddhism practiced by the Tibetan hill tribes, or Sherpas, who are a sizable minority in Nepal. Several other religions, including Islam, Christianity, Judaism, are also practiced in Nepal. And, in Nepal, all of these beliefs come together and coexist peacefully. The religious tolerance in Nepal is a unique example to the world. Located at the top of a hill west of Kathmandu city, the Swayambhunath complex has been a pilgrimage site since the 5th century AD. It consists of a domed stupa as well as several shrines and temples. Each temple is extremely ornate and decorated with gold and prayer flags. The sacred pilgrimage site is also home to hundreds of monkeys considered holy to both Buddhists and Hindus. According to legend, Manjushri, the Bodhisattva of wisdom, was in the process of raising the temple when the lice in his hair transformed into these monkeys. Swayambhunath means self-arisen and comes from this legend. We were lucky to celebrate one of the biggest holidays in Buddhism. We were in the village of Namche on the day of Buddha's birthday. The village was hosting a parade and festival to celebrate. Students of the local Buddhist monastery school, as well as Buddhist monks, participated in the parade. Our visit to Nepal began in Kathmandu, where we met up with our trip organizer, Jiban Giermeyer, Managing Director of Shangri-La Nepal Trek Limited. An experienced climber and explorer, Jiban is well known and revered not just in Kathmandu, but throughout the whole world of climbing and exploration. Beginning the trek to Everest Base Camp requires flying from Kathmandu to Lukla in a fixed-wing airplane above sea level and is often wrapped in clouds and/or rain. Lukla's runway at the Tenzing Hillary Airport is short, only 1,510 feet, and 66 feet wide. And just to add to the fun, it's on a 12% incline. It takes a special aircraft to land and take off on such a short area. These aircrafts are known for short takeoff and landing, or stall planes. It also takes an extremely skilled pilot. The Sherpas were originally nomadic herders who were driven out of their original homelands in eastern Tibet by warlike peoples sometime between the 12th and 15th centuries AD. They migrated to the area around Tingri, but conflict with the local inhabitants caused them to move again. They crossed the Himalayas and settled peacefully into northeastern Nepal. Tengboche is the oldest Sherpa village in Nepal. Universally, Sherpas practice the old version of Tibetan Buddhism. The name Sherpa, Tibetan Sharpa, means Easterner, referring to their origin in the eastern Tibetan region of the Khams. Buddhism emphasizes compassion and selflessness in order to reach enlightenment. It is a pacifist religion focused on the preservation and respect for living things. The word Sherpa has a bit of a double meaning. Technically, it refers to a Nepalese ethnic group native to the Himalayas, but in common parlance, the word Sherpa is often used to refer to any Nepali mountain guide. Most Sherpa villages in Nepal are at elevations between 2,400 and 3,600 meters above sea level, on the southern slopes of the Himalayan range, concentrated around the base of Mount Everest. Sherpas are well known for being expert climbers and are believed to have developed a genetic adaptation to high altitudes. The Nepalese government makes a lot of money from Everest climbers, and, compared to most in Nepal, so do the Sherpas. A Sherpa can expect to make $2,000 to $8,000 a season by working Mount Everest. This is in a country where the median annual income is less than $600. Sherpas also get a life insurance policy worth around $10,500. But when you compare this to what a climber intent on reaching the summit at Everest is paying, up to $90,000, this doesn't seem very balanced. The Sherpas were fed up after the catastrophic avalanche in 2014 and went on strike, making demands for improved conditions and pay. Prior to the arrival of Westerners looking to reach the summit of the highest peak in the world, Sherpas did not climb Everest. In the region, the mountain is still referred to as Komalunga, or Holy Mother. It is not climbed out of respect for the gods who were believed to reside there. The experience of visiting Nepal left our group humbled. We came away thankful for the opportunity to see the beauty of Nepal and for what it helped us realize about our country and our own lives.